We're going to be talking about this one way or another. The name is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Appreciate you guys. What you got on your mind from last night. We're going to try to get this one going quicker, sooner, faster. Be sure to share, care, subscribe. Let people know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. We got Q&A sessions. We got conversation for the nations. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Hey. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Let's go. Let's go. Where the rookies at, baby? Where the rookies at? Where the rookies at? Where the, I hope you got your coffee. I got mine. Yep. Take a sip for the nation, baby. Sip the truth. Shout out to all of y'all. The early grinders. Come on. That's a throwback picture, by the way. Guess who that is in that picture? Come on. Drop the Cash App links. The blessing is on the way. Shout out to Northern California. Fred, what's up with you, fam? Jonah Hill, appreciate you, man. Always grinding, the Grinder Edition. You're listening to nothing but the best. Appreciate those who can catch me now. Yeah, come on. Mount up, Cowboy Nation. Let's grind. Yeah. Turn me up. Beat me up, baby. Hey. Oh. Yeah, come on. Hey. Oh, come on. The Facebook groove, I know y'all there. Let's continue to grind and shine over there as well. The name is Law to the Nation. Without hesitations and deviations, y'all smash that like button. That's all I ask. Come on. We're live like 95. Yeah. Come on. Hey. Come on. If this is your first time catching the channel, put a 1 in the chat box. Give you a shout out. Let's go. Hey, it ain't over with, baby. Come on. Come on. Wake up. I know you got your coffee. Let's go. Yeah. Flex on them, baby. Paul, appreciate you, man. Yes, RF. Where? Yeah. Jake Versick, man, you been here before, but I appreciate you. Isaiah, come on. Anthony, Billings. Travis, Frank, appreciate you, man. Let me put the chat box up. I like to put the chat box like right here. I like to put that chat box right here so it can signify. I got that word out, by the way. Solidify, basically. That's the word I was looking for. The people, the troops, the soldiers out here. Turn me up. You riding around, you just doing like this right now, huh? Cowboys Universe RF. Let's go. Rollin' Reviews. Yeah, he watching the kids now. I see you. Mike, what's good? Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, baby. Watch how they be coming. Oh my goodness, this should be illegal to have this much fun, baby. It should be. It should be. It should be. All right, for those who tuning in, my name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys football and beyond. We do film sessions, breakdowns. We do film reviews. We do overviews. We listen in to Minicamp. We go to the Minicamp. Hopefully this year we'll be in Oxnard. Shout out to the West Coast, West Side. You know how it is. They say the West Side is the best side, but we're going to be over there in Oxnard if they allow. If the state of California is opening up like Texas, you can go anywhere in Texas now. Let me know if you're over there on the West Coast and if California is open all the way up. Bible Junkie, appreciate you. What's your favorite verse, by the way, or book of the Bible? Appreciate you. Joe, what's good with you? What do you know? Yeah. I said that beat come in. That beat just nasty. Woo! That's nasty beat right there, man. People, what you listen to, man? Something nasty. Where you heard it from, man, Law Nation? Yeah, you got that nasty stuff over there. Let's listen in to 105.3
What they did
The
this
Fan.
morning, and I knew this was going to be the case, the players were on the field. They had the draft picks and then some guys, the college free agents, and then a couple of veteran guys were out there with them as well to be a part of it because they were able to do that. They had some tryout guys. Of course, the two quarterbacks, J.T. Barrett and Brady Davis, were both.
J.T. Barrett, shall I do a thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation film session as we take a deeper look at J.T. Barrett. I want to know your thoughts on that Cowboy Nation. And, of course, they had Brady Davis. You know, Brady is a popular name, so that could be a good situation. Psalms 91. Appreciate you, Bible Junkie.
Both tryout guys.
Let's go.
So, you know, but
in other words, they signed a couple of guys because someone had to throw the ball during rookie stuff.
Yeah, and it was actually they were practicing bad ball drills with the receivers by these guys.
Wait, were they intentionally practicing bad balls?
No, it just I just didn't see much. With, like say they were throwing against air, and Brady Davis, the kid from Illinois State, wasn't nearly as accurate. J.T. Barrett at least has some accuracy to him.
JT.
He looks physically different, by the way, Jeff. He's always.
Is that the Ohio State kid, J.T. Barrett, or there's somebody else? It's a new Barrett. Y'all let me know. Let me rewind just a little bit. Is that the Ohio State J.T. Barrett, or there's somebody else? Let me know. Educate me, Cowboy Nation.
Accurate. J.T. Barrett at least has some accuracy to him. He looks physically different, by the way, Jeff. He's always been a real big kind of guy. He looked like he's kind of slimmed down some too.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So man, who knows? The thing though, but
appreciate you, Chuck.
What's interesting is I was watching. Say Micah Parsons was working underneath me. They're playing him. He was talking about playing as that Mike linebacker. So he's playing, in inside, and that would be a Leighton Vander Esch position right now is where he's talking about working. And they played him there and had Jabril Cox playing more like a Sam or an outside linebacker. Again, it was only three guys working with the linebackers, but the guys getting the primary work were Parsons and then a Jabril Cox.
And what kind of work is that in a setting like this?
It's basically general. It's more just teaching. Like George Edwards they had trash cans lined up like they were the defense or like the offensive line and gaps. They had.
So George Edwards is still in full capacity? I never really dived into that part of it. Now that he mentioned that, good grief, this defense, my goodness. So if you got Dan Quinn, who I believe will bring in a lot of energy, and you keep George Edwards on this staff, implementing his influences another year on his team, man, look, this stuff is getting gooder and gooder by the minute. I like this information right here. Let me rewind and hear the Brian Broaders on 105.3 The Fan. And just for those who are out there watching right now, I'm going to post a link in the description box there. And that's a very valuable piece, by the way. Now it posted over there, so check out that link there. Of the Restream is on the you should see from Restream. You should see that link. My goodness, that's a good grab right there. When we think about it collectively speaking, that's wisdom and understanding, and that's continuity and rapport. Because I thought for sure that and it could be just me that George Edwards was on his way out. Now that he's here, that's a really, really good stuff to have. And all you have to do is look up and look at the Minnesota Vikings defense when he was there as the DC. Remember that first year as the DC, they didn't do that great, but ever since then, the Minnesota Vikings from, I believe it was from 2015 all the way up until, of course, last season, man, that defense kind of turned around due to the hands of George Edwards. So now we implement that and we include Dan Quinn. Maybe, just maybe, when everybody look at Dan Quinn's defense and say, well, they give up this, they give up that, maybe now you have more heads as relates to knowledge piece in there, and this thing can change crazy good for us.
More just teaching. Like George Edwards they had trash cans lined up like they were the defense or like the offensive line and gaps. They had created gaps.
And ooh, were they going to the proper gap? Because that would be better than the Cowboys last year.
They were actually doing that, Jeff.
All right.
They were trying to get to the proper gap. So George Edwards would, they'd have a ball carrier. The ball carrier would step a certain way. Then these guys would make the read. So what they're trying to do is get their fits right, General, is to get that, at least drill that in initially here. The wide receivers were working down towards the middle of the field. They were throwing with the quarterbacks. Fehoko, the kid from Stanford, is a really, he's a good-looking kid physically on the field, 6'4", 222 pounds. He looks every bit of that. Wow. He's really natural catching the football. They had him doing drills where ball was behind him. He reached back, catch it, ball in front of him, ball low and all that. He has absolutely no problems doing that at all. So that part of it was good.
Why was he a later pick?
I think a lot of people probably had it with him. He's a little bit of an older guy. He's like he's a 23-year-old kid right now. Wow. So it was one of those things where you had and the wide receiver group, as Jeff will tell you, because Jeff does a great job with that drafting of and organizing it. That there's a lot of wide receivers, so people are going to go with younger players. But
look, 23 being old, this is a new world, man. But I feel what he's saying coming out of college already at the age of 23. I just look at it like, hey, now he's wise, right? Now he can figure out the soft spots in the zones, and he can pull the ball out of the sky. And I heard that he's a very cerebral guy, so it could be all in our favor. And well, he's 23. He's only 2 years younger than Amari Cooper, right? Because Amari Cooper was like 25 or 26, so he's only 3 years younger. That's crazy. But give Fehoko a chance and opportunity. If he's 6'4", you just can't teach God-given stuff, right? 6'4", you just can't go and create that yourself. So if when I heard his opening interview with Simi Fehoko, he said that, hey, he was using their particular offense as the guy that can take the top off the defense. So there's only so much you can roll coverages on, right? If you playing single high look, because that's what majority of the team's going to do against the Dallas Cowboys, because they're trying to load the box. They're trying to fill in the box. They're trying to put everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie inside the box to stop the run. When teams face the Dallas Cowboys, this is the game plan, and it's been since Ezekiel Elliott been here. Load the box, man-to-man on the outside, have the safety over the top to cheat to Amari Cooper's side when Amari Cooper got here. They just played everybody up front before Amari Cooper got here. So there's only so much you can roll. You got Lamb that's going to be digging it out into the inside, and you got Amari Cooper on the opposite, right? If you put Fehoko in on his roster to take it vertically up the seam or rotate him on the outside, if he used that speed he got, woo, it's going to be trouble, because we got us where my dog at? There we go. Get your dogs.
I felt like, though, that he, I had him on my board myself in the third round. So nice. When he was taken, I felt like the Cowboys got a little bit of a steal on that one. On the defensive line was working at the far end, so I really couldn't see. I know with Odighizuwa, they're going to play him as the 3 technique. He was even talking about that post-practice, that he says, hey, they're trying to work him as that shade on the guard's shoulder, not the inside shoulder, but the outside shoulder, that upfield type of player that plays in what they call the B gap, gap between the center and the guard, B-gap between the guard and the tackle. They've got him playing in that technique. Just watching him a little bit, though, the movement and all that stuff was good for him. Again, it's just getting off the ball and being quick.
But before they go into details, all right, so y'all do know the gaps A, B, and C. And A, of course, you got double A gaps. This is in between the center. And then, of course, your B gap is in between, like he just lamented, the guard and the tackle. So what they want to do is to get Osa in between, basically, Zach Martin and La'el Collins, if La'el Collins is healthy. And I've seen La'el Collins all on Instagram with his shirt off, for crying out loud, pumping weights and moving around. So hopefully he is injury-free. So I come here to tell you guys, that will be the best rep for Osa. That will be the best rep, because I can't wait to training camp, baby. Because now you got all of that wrestling technique. I got strong hands, good get off, good burst. And now you got to face Zach Martin. You got to face Zach Martin. And then as soon as you try to defeat that guy, don't have La'el Collins, who is pretty strong, by the way, help out and move some stuff around. So this kid, just like I lamented earlier this week about our DBs, they may not be in shape right now. They may still have to overcome a lot of things getting ready to play on this level. But our DBs, just like Diggs was ready last season because he had to go up against CeeDee Lamb, he had to go up against Gallup, he had to go up against Amari Cooper, that still holds truth right now. These guys got to go up against, like Bossman Fat got to go up against CeeDee Lamb. Bossman Fat got to go up against Michael Gallup. They might put him into the inside. Now he got to go up against Blake Jarwin. These guys going to get optimum reps. Optimum. So where my dog button at? Because my dog, man, whoo, oh my goodness. They there. Rollin Reviews, I'm definitely going to have to do a full series on gaps. I'm going to have to go over that for everyone on gap control and these sorts of things and the principles. And I'm going to have to break it down of even fronts versus odd fronts as well. I'll do a video on that just for you, Rollin Review. I really appreciate you for your love and adulation for the channel.
Corners don't look in shape right now. I don't think Kelvin Joseph is in particularly great shape right now.
Oh no.
Because what they do is they were pedaling them and have them turn. There's going to be some work that these guys are going to have to do. It's not one of those things where it's like riding a bike. You just say, okay, I'm going to start backpedaling for 3 yards and then have to turn and burst and break. I think
he's going to lose the gig to the third round guy that we didn't know.
And I'll say this though about the guy Nahshon Wright. I was worried about him being a long-legged guy and then having some problems turning. But he did a pretty good job. I mean, there was actually some quickness there with his when they call it the transitions and things like that. The pedal, the brakes, things like that coming forward was fine. The back pedal and the turn, quick. I thought, well, here's a guy 6'4", 183. He's going to be a little leggy here, but that wasn't the case. He was able to pedal pretty well and turn and adjust well enough. So I was kind of expecting a little bit of the worst there. But if you ask me a guy that had a little bit more quickness in the drills, I'd say Wright had a little bit more quickness over Joseph. But again, this is just really, really, really early. They're going to, I think Joseph, once they get him on the field, get him here full time, work through all the drills and stuff, get his feet back to once how he was playing at Kentucky, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, it takes time, man. Our bodies naturally, we don't run backwards, right? And as a DB, that's the first thing that you're going to do, backpedaling. And that's a rhythm, and that's a muscle memory to it as well. Now, of course, when you go look up, I recommend you guys not to, but if you so happen to do this, if you're on Instagram, you look up Boss Man Fat's Instagram page, you be just sitting there like, oh, Lord, please, no. Because he liked to skateboard, right? And there's nothing wrong with skateboarding, but you'll see some of that stuff and you'll be like, man, dude, you got to be more cautious because all it takes is one uneven pavement groove, and that's your rookie year, right? and he's jumping into pools, and kids gonna be kids, right? So he don't look like he's been running track or anything by any means of or stretch of imagination there. But give these kids time. These guys not gonna be in NFL shape as it relates to the off season, May the 15th through May the 27th. They're not going to be in NFL shape ready. I got more news flash for you. By the way. These guys might not be in NFL shape ready week 1. Oh, Lord, we're going to have all of this Oxnard stuff. No. You know, it takes time, especially getting hit, playing a full 60 minutes. You know how that goes. That's why I said, now, offenses tend to be more ready and prepared than defenses. So when I look at this schedule and I look at everything that we have to put out there, it may not be, and this is the cold hard facts. I ain't gonna sit out here and lie to kick it to you guys. Y'all ain't come here for that. If y'all wanted to do that, y'all be somewhere else, obviously. But I pulled up this schedule right here, as Jerry would say, schedule, and we will look at the first few games: Buccaneers, Chargers, Eagles, Panthers, Giants, Patriots. Our defense may not start coming along until week 5. And that's natural. We may not be hitting our stride until like week 9, which is cool to me. Yeah, that's pretty cool to me to keep it 100. But dog it, week 1, week 2, week 3, our offense should be ready. Not a lot of stuff changed with our offense. I think our offense will be the driving force of this team for the earlier part of this schedule. And around week 7, which is the bye week, around week 8, 9, and 10, that's when we should be getting, shout out to you, Harold and Alex, appreciate you guys, and Perry Dion, appreciate you for liking and sharing. That's when we really want this defense to hit its stride. That's what happened to the Buccaneers last season. They start hitting their stride, and then this season is long. It's not a short one. This is a long season. We get to around week 13, we should know everything about this team. We done went through the highs, the ups, the lows. And, of course, week 11, as you can see on the screen, we play against the Chiefs. So that's going to be a good game for us, a good flexibility for our defensive backs because they're going to have to run, chase, carry, go upfield. They're going to be running for was it, Tyreek Hill? Yeah, and don't sleep on that running back. Who they got, that running back that they got, I forgot his name. He's pretty good. So we're going to have to stop the run. By that time, man, we should already know a little bit about Micah Parsons playing that Mike linebacker role, right? Right? We should know everything about him. We should know, like, hey, sideline to sideline, he made some explosive plays. Hey, his defensive rookie of the year type of groove. They are already be talking about Dak Prescott, comeback player of the year, mixed in with the what? MVP, baby. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be that type of stuff, man. It's going to be that type of medieval, crazy type of stuff. It is. It's going to be trouble. By this team getting in the groove, barring if everybody is healthy, by the way. So I just like the way we're going right now. And I can see us getting this thing going the best way possible.
Right on, buddy. That's quite a report there on the guys. Anything else of note? I saw Jerry was talking.
Yeah, Jerry's talking a little bit, and he was mentioning that he's already got the place for the media party located.
Oh, we're going to Oxnard.
Yeah, Jerry's like, I've already got Nobu taken care of, so yeah, get ready for that.
Y'all heard that? Let me
media party. Yeah, Jerry.
That's quite a report there on the guys. Anything else of note? I saw Jerry was talking.
Yeah, Jerry's talking a little bit, and he was mentioning that he's already got the place for the media party located.
Oh, we're going to Oxnard.
Yeah, Jerry's like, I've already got Nobu taken care of, so yeah, get ready for that. He thinks everything is on go. He still needs to talk to the state of California. He still needs to talk to Oxnard about some things. But he felt like that things were progressing in the right direction when it comes to the camp. He doesn't quite know about what's the situation with the fans. He's hopeful about that, but
would he want to do it if he couldn't have fans there?
I think it means enough to him to continue to have a presence in Southern California that he would do it because of the weather, the grass, the way they're able to kind of train and keep the team together. I think that he would do that. You know, they've got if you look at their preseason games, they've got a game in the Hall of Fame games in Pittsburgh or against the Steelers, but that's in Canton. They've got their second game against Arizona, so that would be a pretty simple trip for them coming back home and stuff like that. So I think he wants to be out in Oxnard. That's something that he always really enjoys.
Come on, man. Oxnard, man. Let's get out there, man. Cali. Y'all make sure y'all set the table right for the boy over here, man. Y'all get this thing going the best way possible. So I'm very excited about it. And, hey, all we got to do is make sure that right around that time these boys get their mind right. I mentioned this before that a lot of times around training camp, minicamp, these guys – basically, collectively speaking, when we think about this all together, these guys, they're trying to stay in shape. They're trying to keep everything in front of them. They want to be able to know whether or not this young group right here that you guys see on the screen, can they pick up all of the information? Can they retain all of this information? Because minicamp is only 3 days. They're going to practice again today. They're warming up right now, and they're getting everything going right now. And then you guys should see some more clips throughout the day that's posted on Twitter and beyond and DallasCowboys.com of these guys working out, showing them techniques. They want to see if these guys can recall the information that they taught them. Can these guys also stay in shape? They're going to write down, okay, we want you to be at such and such size by this date. We want you to lose weight by this time frame. We want you to gain weight by this time frame. We want you to stay out of trouble. And a lot of times, and I'm telling you guys the truth, they want to see how they will respond when they get this thing called a paycheck. Here's how it is. They see that paycheck and they're going to see what they do with that first paycheck. Are they going to go to the name me the gentleman's bar out here in Dallas. They're going to see if they want to go to one of those locations. They're going to see if they're going to splurge, or they're going to buy Auntie and Pookie and Ray Ray a house. All of these things during the off season worries a lot of owners right now. Right. They want to make sure they're going to look. Are you going to meet your goals, see your goals, accomplish your goals, and will you be ready when Oxnard roll around or when mandatory camp rolls around? I think we have like a few days, and then we go to Oxnard, and that's where we have the veterans camp or what have you, and then they mix them in, and then they jump on the plane. They do the little photo op, then they jump on the plane, and they go to Oxnard. I don't know whether or not Happy Hills or something like that, Farms, did they do that on the front end or the back end? I forgot. But they do all of those things, the PC stuff and all of that. I told Micah Parsons getting the green dot on his helmet, this is from Jeremy. That's a good thing and a bad thing. That's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is, of course, sideline to sideline is the mic. You want somebody that can control that, right? You want somebody that's hungry enough to implement that. Yeah. Let me see what they got over here on this one. So you want all of those things. Bailey says we tapped in. Okay. Let's get it going then. Let's get it going.
And I just want to see, you mentioned the linebackers a little bit, and I just want to see how responsible or irresponsible it is that in my brain when Micah Parsons says, oh, yeah, I'm working at Mike, I'm working at middle linebacker, that my brain goes, oh, that's Leighton Vander Esch's spot. Leighton just got benched. How irresponsible is that thought?
I would say that's not right, because I would say in 2018 when Leighton was his best version of himself, to paraphrase Jason Garrett, he was the weak side linebacker and started 13 of the Cowboys games that year, including the 2 playoff games. So.
All right. So, by the way, this is Todd Archer from ESPN. He's talking to the G-Bag Nation on 105.3 The Fan. The link will be in the description box to give them credit there. Be sure to check out their particular website and support them by letting them know that you really appreciate the Dallas Cowboys. I guess you can say this, official radio station.
So I think you're going to see Leighton Vander Esch move to the weak side linebacker spot. I think we talked about this, I think, after the draft, that all of the things the Cowboys discussed that Micah Parsons is what people think Jaylon Smith is. I think you could see Micah Parsons as the Mike, and I think you're going to see Leighton Vander Esch as the weak side linebacker again, just as he was his first 2 years. Because last year is when he moved into the Mike, where they flip-flop spots under Mike Nolan. So I think Vander Esch will be your will.
So do you think that Smith will move to the Sam then, Todd? Is that, that's their way of kind of getting him on the field but getting him off the field?
Yeah. I mean, again, the Sam linebacker plays 20 snaps a game.
There you go.
So you're paying $7 million to a guy for 20 snaps a game. Doesn't seem to be the best financial use of that. But then, you start hearing the Jerry talk and about the pressure that Jaylon can get and Parsons can get, and there are different things they can do. One thing Jaylon Smith is not, he's not an edge rusher. People have thought, well, they can just put him off the edge and he can go. He's a decent blitzer up the middle. He's not an edge guy because he doesn't have that bend that you want. Maybe Parsons is that guy, but
I don't know, Todd Archer. I think now I do know he got that foot situation, that drop foot. But I've seen Jaylon bend that shoulder. And I think if you give Jaylon less responsibilities, hell, he led the team in tackles last season. But if you're talking about paying a guy $7 million and he's only going to play 20% of the snaps, and you're looking at it like, hey, we got this rookie now who we're going to entrust to learn everything as it relates to that Mike position. That's playing with devil's fire, man, and it can come back to burn you if you reach wrong. Now, my thing is, and I know people will look at it and listen to it and say, well, you're talking negative. No. One thing I like to bring out here for everybody to understand that go back and watch The Matrix. There was a blue pill, and then there was a red pill. The blue pill only give you the good vibes and good feelings, and it removes all of the facts. And you living through your life thinking that everybody get a participation trophy. Everybody is a millionaire. Everybody get to live beyond 75 years or 72 years of age. No, but then there's this reality, the red pill. And I believe that a lot of people come here for red pill content. And the red pill content will state that, hey, just because we can see the talent in you, we have to understand that it takes time. Absolutely, it takes time. And one thing about defense, it takes time. Even if we go to another sport, like let's say, for example, Kobe Bryant, brilliant talent, right? But it took him time to get there. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. People saw the potentials, but he wasn't there year one. It took him a minute, a good minute. He couldn't get past Detroit, right? Y'all remember what they did to him. Y'all remember how he got beat up by the Detroit, So it takes time. I recall even prime time for your mind. Just type in prime time in Atlanta. Yes, he had splashes and everything was looking good, but y'all saw what the Dallas Cowboys did to him, right? That brother was flipping tables over, moving furniture out the way, cussing. Oh, my goodness, Michael Irvin messed him up. And Emmitt Smith was like, let me get some. Drop the shoulder love on him. So it takes time. That's all I'm saying. And in the Mike position, you are the quote-unquote quarterback of the defense. You have to be responsible for alignment and assignment. Somebody with the caliber of Micah Parsons, I want him to be that assassin. I want him to not thinking left and right, unless we have a different plan. Unless we say, okay, we got a 3 to 4 year plan with Micah Parsons. We know it's going to be hard for him to pick up everything. But, hey, the best way to learn is throw him in the deep end of the water, see if he can swim. That's just how it goes. Let's see what we have here. Zeke didn't need any time. This is from Tony Hernandez. Yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that. There are certain positions that are ready to play as soon as you get into the National Football League. And one of those positions, there's not a hard or a heavy transferring of information, is running back to the pros. It's still see hole, hit hole, get to your lineman and assignment. He didn't have complex blitzing and these sorts of things that he had to worry about. And then on top of that, that's the nature of running back. That's why running backs are more and more devalued in a sense, because it's a plug-and-play type of position. Now, some linebacker position is the exact same way. But when you're talking about Mike, that's a whole different world. Whole different world. But I digress. How
they mix in these three guys is going to be a fascinating experiment going forward. I'm anxious to see how they do it, and God, good luck to you. I mean, and look, the best part is it creates competition, especially for the two guys that have been around here that haven't had a lot of competition because. Sean Lee was hurt and a little bit older, and Joe Thomas was not a full-time player. They've created a competition that should ultimately bring out the best out of both those guys.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. That was the end of that particular interview with Todd Archer from ESPN. Appreciate him for jumping on 105.3 The Fan. My thing is I do like the competition aspect of it. But let it be competition. Let these guys – if Cox – look, I'm going to say this again. If Jabril Cox get out there and he beats out LVE, if he beat out fair and square, if he's showing up more on tape, and if he's doing all of those things, then let him get it then. Micah Parsons, if he beat out, and I'm quite sure that he's going to beat out Jaylon Smith in that situation, if you're talking about just sideline to sideline movement – to let them get it, but we got to understand that when the warts show up, and we gotta figure out this and that, we just gotta take that lump and take it on the chin, right? Let's see, practice players. Do you even watch football? This is from Justin. Forgot 3 guys. Use all linebackers, Cox, etc. Reason why a lot of times, majority of the teams don't line up in that base formation 4-3. A lot of times we play a lot of nickel, so you only utilizing 2 linebackers the majority of the time. So hopefully, man, when they look at everything and put it out there, whoever pick up this defense quicker, whoever can get people aligned and assigned, whoever can call out the verbiage of the plays and say, okay, this is what we plan. We plan this particular situation at this particular moment. Then we can roll with it. Think about this. Our first game, this should be the main thing, the very first game, is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Football is not checkers. This is chess. If you got a guy that's going to be calling out the plays against a seasoned veteran guy, man, I'm telling you, he probably seen everything that's thrown at you. So a lot of times, good defensive teams, they know how to disguise the Mike. Sometimes Mike transfer and get into another situation. Who's the Mike on this play? I don't think that we're going to be doing a lot of that, the disguising and ease towards if you got a lot of rookies out there. Especially on the back end, if you got Boss Man Fat, who's going to go up against Mike Evans, and then you got Diggs that's going to go up against Chris Godwin or Goodwin, whatever his name is. Hey, that's a weird complex, because now the dynamics of it. Tom Brady, he's going to look at it. He's going to check off the Gronkowski, whoever's out there. Antonio Brown, is he still there? So there's a lot of nuances that we're going to have to be ready for. So if we don't create the pressure, we can't get to the quarterback. This old veteran quarterback, he's seen and forgot more than what these guys trying to know and learn and pick up. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys don't have a chance against the Buccaneers, for crying out loud, because all it takes is one hit. It's any given Sunday. But I would rather, this is just me, this is just my thought, I would rather have Parsons not thinking left and right because of 2-3 seconds of delay on his play. I just want him to be an attack assassin. I just want him to just tear Tommy down. I want him to just go to Tom Brady and eat him alive. When you look at the games that Tom Brady lost, majority of the games, pressure up the middle. I hope Big Bo can move stuff out of the way. I just hope that D-Law can look at it and say, okay, you was talking your gums, you're bumping your mouth about you against America's team, and you post a lady and these sorts of things. All right, we're going to show you who's America's team. We're going to let you know and let me know how that grass tastes. That's the mindset that this team need to have. This team need to have that. Let's go. Can you explain why I keep hearing Dallas fans talk about your rookie linebacker possibly beating out our vets? I'm not a Dallas fan. I'm from the outside looking in. It's pretty bizarre. Greg Burton. Like I said, it's any given Sunday. A lot of times, rookies, when people think of rookies and defenses, they think of where they played at on a collegiate level. But they don't see where the transformation or the transitions over from the collegiate level to the pros. Even some of the greatest DBs that came out, and I'm not going to put Jalen Ramsey in that position, but I'm going to put Jalen Ramsey out there and said when he came out or what have you, he got burnt a few times. He got used and abused a few times. He got so mad and angry and upset, he was crying on the sidelines, angry because he got burnt. That type of passion, yeah, we love that. I recall a majority of Cowboy fans last season saying that Diggs was even trashed, that he wasn't worthy of being a second-round draft pick, and they got angry and upset. And that's why I keep this chat log right here so we can go back and rewind and watch some of the people comments. And I tell people, man, look, give the kid time. NFL is different from Bama. Shout out to Bama fan, they'll see it right now. But you guys got to understand, it takes time. I'm not saying that these guys are going to come out week one and just lay an egg. I presume that if our front four cannot create pressure, knock Tom Brady off his marker, if Randy Gregory can't get home, D-Law can't get home, and if it's a high-scoring game, then I think that, and this is just me optimistically speaking, I think that all firepower, all weapons can sustain and come out with the victory. That's why I want Dak Prescott to will us to these victories for the first few weeks. And then the defense show up and say, hey, I'm here. Open up. But it's good to be optimistic, though. Let's listen to this station right here and see what they have about our Dallas Cowboys. Let's see if I got this up. Got that up. Skip. How Shay Sharp allows Skip Bayless to put him in a body bag. Let me rewind. That's the end of that interview. You should see. Y'all should go back and watch this clip, man, and see Shay Sharp's face. He like, huh? Oh, my goodness. Cowboy Nation, that was the end of that one. I really appreciate you guys for jumping in and being part of this morning edition. I got a lot of things to do today, but, man, for those who out there supported the channel and shared your love, who's this? Banks, appreciate you, man, for the $14.99 for your mind. You know, as I appreciate you for that. I just got to tell Shay Sharp, man, lean forward just a little bit. Take your lashes and go to your room. Woo! All right, so Brian Bradford, appreciate you, man, for jumping in. I got my dog, Jay Farm, out here, man. The facts the Cowboys played second-ranked defense so late in the year worries me. My thing is, yeah, it's a long time. Look, the NFL season is so long. For example, we play the Arizona Cardinals in preseason, right? Let me see if I can pull this up. And we don't see them again. And this is preseason, of course, but we don't see them again until week 17. That'll be a whole different. So whatever we've seen in preseason will be a whole different team by week 17. And I know you can't count the preseason game, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? So Even with the Washington team, look at week 14. That's a long look. Just think about it, 14 weeks. That's a long time in NFL world from week 1. Matter of fact, I've seen where teams start off 6-0, looking like they're going to be Super Bowl champions. And then by week 12, week 13, you realize that was nothing but fake stuff because that team would not make it to the playoff. I prefer, this is just my rationale, and I could be 1,000,000% wrong with this, Cowboy Nation. I do absolutely prefer us to start off slow. I do. So if we start off slow, if we go with the philosophy we lose to the Buccaneers, I'm not going to be mad. It's the way and the fashion that we lose. If it's a close game, I'll take that. I'll take that hit. If it's a situation whereas when we look into this, if it's a situation whereas if it's a missed field goal, yeah. If it's a blowout, like we lose by 30 points or what have you, I'm going to be mad about it, but I'll sit there and say, now we got that loss out the way. Let's focus on what we need to improve on, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of questioning marks. There's a lot of stuff that need to be installed, but the season is so long. I recall the year that the Giants won the Super Bowl. We got some Giants fans in here. I recall some of the Giants fans, I believe it was 2007, that they wanted to fire their coach, and the Cowboys was red hot. We was winning. We were beating everybody up that year. And when we got down to the playoff time, we was in Cabo and beyond. But that team got hot toward the latter part of the year. And bam, they came in the playoff with the right attitude, saying that they're going to beat some teams down. They're going to win it all because we are high on our sauce. I recall, I believe one year the Steelers, for crying out loud, did the exact same thing. They made it into the playoff via wild card, caught fire, and won the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. So there are chances and possibilities that just because you got the best record or just because you're hot in September and October doesn't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl. I want this particular team to take it slowly, look at everything, and get hot. There's some teams that I want to win just off of general principles, yes. But now the flip side, if we beat the Buccaneers game 1, week 1, that momentum can spread and carry on too, right? Because you just beat the defending Super Bowl champions. I can look at it in that aspect. But there's some teams on this list that I want to win regardless. And let me see. That week 3 game, Monday nighter, hell, I'm going to take off that Tuesday night because I just want to win regardless, right? I want to take off that Tuesday night because I want us to get out there and showcase our talent. That's just a game that I want to win regardless. The Giants week 5, I want to win that game regardless. Just because Dak Prescott got hurt the last time we played the Giants when Dak Prescott was on the field. So I want that. I want to take that game personally, And I want us. Is it Ryan that's on that team? He's still on that team. I'll take that game personally. If it's just me. That's just me. The Patriots, I can't stand the Patriots. I don't care if Tom Brady don't play for that team. That week 6 game, right before you go to the playoff. Right before you go to the bye week. I meant to say. Pardon me. I want to win that game. I want to win that game because I hate when we lose right before the bye. It just be the longest weeks of our lives because still ESPN, First Take, Undisputed, Black Planet, MySpace, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie will be talking about that game, and what we lost and what we're going to do, who's going to get traded and these sorts. I think the trade deadline will still be there. Broncos, I want to win, beat them just off of general principles on how they drafted this year. The Chiefs and the Raiders and the Saints, those are the games, and of course, the Washington team and the Cardinals. Those are games that I want to win just off of general principles. I want this team to be locked, loaded, and ready, right? Daniel Jones, 22 games and 29 fumbles. Appreciate you, Stanford. Appreciate you. Yeah. So we got to get to this thing and win these games off of general principles. Dallas Lee, Pittsburgh went 9-0 last season and lost in the first round. See, that's a good situation. They fizzled out. Pittsburgh went 9-0, and they struggled to beat one of those victories. They struggled to beat Garrett Gilbert. David, and they had to cheat in that game. There was some crazy nefarious calls that went a certain way, but I digress. What's up with you, David Jenkins? Appreciate you, man. What's up, Sir Law Nation? Yo, won't be long now until your original channel is back up on YouTube. It's back up now, man. I went through the gauntlet of a lot of trials and tribulations, had to reach out, legal team had to reach out, and a whole bunch of other things, and I'm back on my original page. So none of that stuff of me posting and reposting and re-uploading. So we're back. Liberation for the nation has already been completed. Aborigines law is ready. I'm back, and I'm loaded. I'm grinding. I'm keeping this thing going the best way possible. J Farm says Reggie Jones, Washington almost beat Tampa in the playoff. That defense for real. Yeah, they almost beat them. But I'm not worried about the Washington team, Jay. But I feel you, though. That team, defense they did get Jamin Davis, who's pretty nice, and they did do some movements as it relates to their off-season movements, which was pretty good. But I'm still optimistic on my Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not. Let's go. Let's continue to find ways to shine, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really appreciate you all for tuning in and being part of this show and this episode for this beautiful day. Y'all continue to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. I'm about to hang out with families and friends and do a little shopping and these sorts of things. So if I see y'all out there on the streets, let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grind. But let me pump this up right quick. Y'all already know what I'm about to play, right? Yep. Hey. Cowboy Nation, it's the possibilities of your mind. Let me see some fire emojis in the chat box. We about to get out of here, but I will tell you guys that there will be some clips throughout the day. Y'all pay attention to what they're doing. Shout out to J Farm. Let me know, man. Text me 682-214-4087 of what the real good detailed stuff, man. Hit me up, man. Send me a text, Jay. I need to know, man. I know you the plug over there, man. 682-214-4087. Hit me up, Jay. All right. This is about the process and the philosophy of your mind. I say this all the time in closing. When you're in battle, it's not the race is not to the strong, nor the battle is to the strong or the mighty. It's to he that endure to the end. And we got to continue to fight. We got to continue to keep our head high. Right? This team, we might have different expectations for us all, but at the end of the day, we bleed silver and blue. And afterlife, hey, afterlife, lean forward just a little bit. Go to your room. We not weak around here. We strong over here, baby. And I got dogs over here that's ready to be released, man. We do. Cowboy Nation, let's go. Let's go. Let's figure this thing out. Let's put our minds together. Let's continue to grind. Let's continue to shine. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it seems that it's not too strange to go out there and get this thing going for it in the right directions, in the right plan of your mind. And if we continue to fight and if we continue to grind, man, we can also get this thing going. Now, I want to tell people this right here. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chest, set your shoulders, let your feet to take a break. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see this thing through. Even hope may seem but futile. Then when trouble may be beset, remember, you're facing what other legends have met. Keep your eyes forward and head high and see this thing all the way through. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's Let's go. Dog of the rim and beseed and beset it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Turn me up. Yeah. Go. Nation, let's go, baby. It's wartime, baby. It's your mind. It's all in your mind. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah. Hulk smash. D, let's go, baby. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Texas Tycoon, KD. Let's go. Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's
William.
phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze.
Joseph.
Please, no
Let's go.
G's.
D.
No, please, no photos.
Warren. I feel you over there, baby.
Might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer.
Alita La Raza.
I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one.
Trayvon.
Different colors in my baggy like chalk it up.
Come on.
Talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a
Shannon.
ring, you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it
Put
up.
down where y'all
I used to
from,
be
baby.
quiet and out of love.
Reggie
Now I'm fucking
Jones.
with cuz. They hating the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Come
nothing
on.
really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's
Nation.
me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got
What we
wifey
tell
on
'em?
bling and she freeze. Photo.
Come on.
Please, no photos.
Yeah.
G's. No.
What you tell 'em?
No photos. I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today.
Iceberg Q.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days.
KC in the
I might
house.
make it
Appreciate
rain
you.
today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll.
Well,
I would never sell
shout
my
out to
only
the
soul.
Facebook
Heard
group.
your whole team was for sale.
Akeem.
Heard it's on the market for the low. Who
Yup.
the realest, we might never know.
Law.
All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you
Nation.
the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up.
Oh.
Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live,
Come
acting
on.
surprised, but
Appreciate you for the donation,
Boy, get out
Trayvon.
the way, it's been a day, now you're old
Come on.
news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my
Yeah.
move. Nowadays, nothing
Connecticut
really
in the
excites
house,
me.
baby.
Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo.
Tell 'em.
Please.
All the
no
haters.
photos. G's. No. Please. No photos.
Yeah. Come on.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me.
Yeah.
Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got
Come
wifey
on.
on bling and she freeze.
Yeah. Photos.
Please. No photos. G's.
I'm talking about practice. Let's go. Cowboy Nation, y'all know how to go. Hit that like button, subscribe.
I ran up a check, I might
Tell
do
'em.
it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down,
10
I be
toes,
free to the
baby.
end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but
Got
the
a
one who
world
took my sins.
span.
I do it
KD.
for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once,
Warren.
I do it again. Add it up.
Shout out to San Francisco, East Oakland in the house.
Peso, add it up.
9-0 Max.
Just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up.
Yeah. Come on.
Peso, add it up. I'm just doing
party
me,
over here.
everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything
Add
is
it up,
on me.
baby.
Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why
I'ma
you
do me,
hating
baby.
on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Coach
Yeah.
you hard, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot
Come
of
on.
scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much.
Michael, I see you,
just
fam.
take the money and go stack up.
Stack it up.
Car till you tatted up. All that other bullshit
Cali,
don't matter much.
AJ.
You only clown me, I put the ladders up.
TA
No fault.
Cowboys.
I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bank.
Watch this.
Pray up, get money, then we lay low.
Ha!
Add it up, bankroll,
Come on.
peso,
Yeah.
add it up. I'm just doing me,
Come on.
Everything is on me. Oh, you matter what?
Yeah.
Add it up. Bankroll. Euro. Peso. Add it up. I'm just doing me.
I'm just doing me,
Everything's
baby.
on me. Oh, you matter what?
Let's go. Add this thing up, baby. It's a party over here, baby. Let's go. Come on. Carl, I see you, fam. Dallas Mavs clinched the playoffs. Shout out to the Dallas Mavs. Appreciate you. Gonzalez. Let me know if you're going to be in Oxnard. Let's go. It's been my time. I really appreciate you all for tuning in and jumping in. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. We out.